Hello, I'm Christy, your neighborhood friendly herbalist and Reiki master. Here on this channel at Sage House Apothecary, we explore the magic of herbs, energy healing, and holistic wellness to help you live with intention and ease. So let's journey together to a more balanced, vibrant life, one cup of tea and one Reiki session at a time. Before we begin and before I get into this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for weekly inspiration. Herbal inspiration. All right, how have you all been? I hope you all been doing well. So if hopefully you are tuning into this video because you saw part one of the other video, and that is us digging into herbal actions. This was something that once I learned it, it was a game changer for me. Again, as I mentioned in my other video, because this is now part two, what I mentioned in my other video is I thought that I could just walk into an herbal store and just grab some herbs. I didn't realize that it's important for me to understand my energetics. So I am naturally cold and dry. And so I don't want to drink or work with herbs that are cold and dry because it's going to aggravate me even more energetically. And that's going to not bring me into balance. So the reason why we use herbs, the reason why we do all that we do to bring wellness into our lives is to bring in balance. And so understanding these herbal actions was a huge help in me determining which herbs I need to work with. It also helps to understand the energetics of the herbs. So as I mentioned in my part one of the video, is with me being a naturally cold and dry person, I want to work with herbs that are going to be warming and bring in moisture. So I want to work with warm herbs like garlic or ginger, cinnamon, and then I want to work with demulcents or topically emollients that are going to add moisture into my body or into my skin. So some examples like marshmallow root. Marshmallow root is the bomb, by the way. If you haven't had marshmallow root before, it is like it coats the throat. If you have a dry throat, marshmallow root is really great, and you have to make sure that you infuse it. Um, you have to do a cold infusion. You can't do heat because it will destroy the properties that you want to have in the marshmallow root. So I'm sorry, I'm getting off tangent, but yeah. Okay, so this is part two. I decided to just keep recording from my other video. So this video, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Okay. All right, so part three, I have part three over here. I just wanted to put the cards to the side and, whatever with my hair. Okay. So part one, we ended with, does anyone remember? Cardiac tonic. Okay, so a cardiac tonic, it affects the heart. So anytime you hear a tonic, it is to bring healing or balance into the area. So you might see a liver tonic, you might see a heart tonic, kidney tonic. So cardiac tonic, it affects the heart, it's the specific function. And example herbs that have this function: broom, cayenne, hawthorn, and mother's wort. So that's where we left off. Okay. Next herbal action, carminative, Carminative, carminative. And carminatives are rich in volatile oils, aromics, aromatics, I'm sorry, the herbs that are very aromatic. Those type of herbs are also high in rich and volatile herbs. I'm not going to cut this out anyway. Herbs that are aromatic are rich in volatile oils. Okay. And their action stimulates the peristalsis of the digestive system and relaxes the stomach. So it supports digestion and helps against gas in the digestive tract. Why can't I talk? I don't know. Um, do I need to read that? Let me read that again. Carminatives are rich in volatile oils and by their action stimulate the peristalsis of the digestive system and relax the stomach, supports digestion and helps against gas in the digestive tract. Examples of, of herbs that fall in this category, Angelica, balm, cardamom, chamomile, dill, garlic, peppermint, sage. Those are some examples. Okay. Next herbal action is cholagogue. Cholagogue, cholagogue. And this action releases bile and also has a laxative effect. So cholagogues, they stimulate and release the secretion of bile from the gallbladder, which can be a marked benefit in gallbladder problems. So it also has a laxative a laxative effect on the digestive system and the amount of bile in the duodenum in the digestive system increases when one takes them. So these type of herbs that fall into the cholagogue categories are barberry, blackroot, golden seal, wild yam, and winged elm. All right. So yeah, I'm not too pressed about these little mistakes. I'm not perfect at all. So my YouTube not perfect. Okay, diaphoretic. 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 Does anyone know what this is? Okay. So diaphoretic herbs, they help to lower the fever. When you have a fever, they help to bring your temperature down. They aid the skin in the elimination of toxins and promote perspiration. So anytime you hear a diaphoretic, an herb is a diaphoretic, it's going to cause you to sweat, to release whatever is in you that needs to come out. It's going to push all of that out. So examples of these herbs, black cohosh, boneset, cayenne, elderberry, peppermint, prickly ash, and yarrow. This is good, right? Okay, next herbal action that I talked about a little bit in part 1, diuretic. We all know what a diuretic is. Diuretics make us pee. And I'm sure you all think about coffee as a diuretic. So herbs that are diuretics, they increase the secretion and elimination of urine. And examples of these herbs that have this herbal action, bearberry, and that's B-E-A-R, berry, dandelion, parsley, wild carrot, and yarrow. Diuretic, demulcent. So I talked about that earlier. Because I am a cold and dry person, energetically, I want to work with herbs that are going to be warming and also demulcents. So demulcent, they help to soothe and protect. They are slimy. They're rich in mucilage and can soothe and protect irritated or inflamed internal tissue. So it soothes dry mucosa also. So again, herbs that have this type of demulcent type properties include coltsfoot, C-O-L-T-S, foot, comfrey, Irish moss, licorice. Be careful with licorice if you have high blood pressure. Oatmeal, parsley, slippery elm. These are herbs that fall in the category of demulcents. Also, cinnamon. If you leave cinnamon in water, the water gets like very like that. All right, emetic. Okay, we talked about emetics before. Remember antiemetics? That was in part 1. So emetics, you all should know what this is. So herbs that fall in this category, they cause vomiting. And these herbs, cause vomiting only when taken in high dosage. And so you want to be very mindful, not even demure. You want to be mindful working with these herbs. So examples of these herbs that fall in the emetic category include bloodroot, catnip, elderberry, lobelia, senega, and squill. All right. Next herbal action, emmenagogue. Emmenagogue. Ladies, listen up to this one because this is a nice herb to have in your toolkit. Herbs that fall in this category, they stimulate and normalize menstrual flow. They act as tonics to the female reproductive system. Remember, we talked about tonics. Tonics are very focused, and they help to bring healing into that particular area. So herbs that fall in this emmenagogue category. So if you have a cycle that's not, consistent and you want to get it regulated, taking an emmenagogue herb will help. But always check in with your primary care physician before you decide to take on any new herbal regimens. Um, so herbs that fall in the emmenagogue category include black cohosh, motherwort, St. John's wort, valerian, vervain, and yarrow. Emollient. Emollient, we talked about emollient before. So topically, if I'm the type of person that's dry, emollients are going to help to bring moisture into my skin. So that is a topical emollients. So these type of herbs, emollients are topical. So when you apply these herbs to the skin, they help to soften, soothe, or protect it and act externally in a manner similar to the way that demulcents act internally. Okay, so demulcents are internal, emollients are external. And so examples of herbs that fall in this category include chickweed, comfrey, flaxseed, mallow, and slippery elm. And you can use comfrey for like a really good poultice too. So if you have like, um, skin issues and, you can create a poultice. All right, next one, expectorant. Expectorant. You all might have heard this word. Um, Expectorants support the body in the removal of excess amounts of mucus from the respiratory system. So when you have a cold, many people are looking for expectorants to help cough up that mucus from the lungs to help free the lungs. And herbs with this action include aniseed, bloodroot, elderberry, lungwort, licorice, lobelia, squill, thyme, and wild cherry. So expectorants help to support the body in the removal of excess amounts of mucus from the respiratory system. Okay, next herbal action, febrifuge. I don't know why I said it that way, but I kind of like saying it that way. Febrifuge or antipyretic. So you may see both of those words used interchangeably, or maybe it's febrifuge. Febrifuge. I know it as antipyretic, but febrifuge, antipyretic. And if you already think about it, like um, anti is against and pyretic, I think of like the fire shows. So it's like keeping the heat down, keeping the fever down. So yeah, that's exactly what it does. It helps the body to bring down fevers. And so herbs that fall in this febrifuge category or antipyretic is Angelica, blood thistle, boneset, hyssop, marigold, raspberry, red sage, thyme, and vervain. All right. Next herbal action, galactagogue. Galactagogue, galactagogue. So when I see I think of like galactose, I think of milk. Um, but what do you know? It helps breastfeeding mothers increase the flow of milk. And mind you, I've also worked in healthcare system for some time. So these words, some of them. So galactagogues are herbs that you can take to help when you with breastfeeding. Helps to increase the flow of milk. Like when I was nursing my kids way back in the day, um, I was using, is it basil? Um, Yeah, anyway, the herb escapes me. It starts with the T, I think. But anyway, herbs that fall in this category include anise seed, centaury, or I think that's how I'm pronounced, centaury, goat's rue. Oh, I actually have both of those, goat's rue and vervain. Those are two, those are herbs that help with galacticops, help to bring milk to the breasts for breastfeeding. Hepatic, Hapatic, hepatic. Anytime I see HEP, I think about the liver. But it aids the liver, it tones and strengthens it, and it increases the flow of bile from the liver. So any herbs that have the hepatic type designation, these are herbs that aid the liver. And examples of these herbs that fall in this category are balmony, dandelion, golden seal, wild yam, wormwood, and yarrow. And always double check, look up these herbs yourself too. Don't just follow me. Okay, hypnotic herbs. You already know. These type of herbs, well, I mean, it doesn't make you, anyway, these type of herbs help to induce sleep. They don't put you like in a, like that. It helps to induce sleep. Yeah, not a hypnotic trance. That's what I was trying to say. Examples of these herbs that fall in the category of being hypnotics include hops, dogwood, passion flower, and valerian root. Next action herb, herbal action, laxative. Y'all already know. Laxative promote evacuation of the bowels. That's the polite way of us saying it. Examples of these herbs, barberry, dandelion, senna, yellow dock. Also, if you are trying new herbs, this is something that I discovered when I was in my class. You might want to stay around the bathroom just for a little bit, because sometimes when you drink some herbs, your body will be like, oh, okay. Just open up to release. And sometimes you don't even have a lot of time to get to the bathroom, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I learned that the hard way. All right, we got 3 more cards. Yeah. Mucilage. Mucilage is the next herbal action. It contains gelatinous constituents and will often be both demulcent and emollient. Okay. So these are herbs that are both demulcent and emollient, which I just read, of course. Examples of these herbs that are considered mucilage, and they produce, mucus, or not, they don't produce mucus, but they contain like a mucusy type consistency. Comfrey, flaxseed. So yeah, have you all ever seen like that flaxseed hair gel? When you boil it, it just has this gelatinous type consistency. That's a mucilage. Irish moss and slippery elm are also really great examples of mucilages. Mucilages. All right, nervines is an herbal action that benefits the nervous system. So for some of you all that have like one last nerve, you definitely want to look at these type of herbs that are going to help you, keep that last herb. You want a nervine herb. So it's beneficial for the nervous system, and it tones and strengthens it. And some nervines act as stimulants and some are relaxants. So anything, any herb that has potential to interact with the nervous system, whether it's bringing it up as a stimulant or bringing it down as a relaxant, it is called a nervine. So a stimulant, of course, is like caffeine. It's going to bring the energy, bring you up. Something that's going to bring you down is more of a relaxant. So think of caffeine as a stimulant, and something like, I just had some skullcap. Skullcap is a relaxant. It'll bring you down in a great way. Examples of these herbs that are nervines: black cohosh, chamomile, lemon balm, mistletoe, rosemary, valerian, and wormwood. Again, valerian root is just, even when I open up the container, the entire room is funky. It's funky. Okay, oxytocic. That cannot be the word. Oxy. I believe this is the word. It stimulates the contraction of the uterus and can thereby help in childbirth. I just want to make sure that I'm pronouncing this word right. Tox. Yeah. Oxytocic. Oxytoxic. I think that's how it's, but it has a C. So it's Oxytocic. How do you pronounce this? Can you tell me? I'll have to take a look. But oxytoxics, they help stimulate contractions for childbirth. So herbs that fall in this category include blue cohosh, not black, blue cohosh, golden seal, and rue. They are toxics. All right, so that is part 2 of herbal actions. And then stay tuned for part 3. I don't know if I'm going to, I might record that this evening. I think I will. Actually, we'll just go ahead and record that next. Thank you all so much for following me, subscribing, tuning in, watching my video. Please like, subscribe, share with anyone. Also, if there's something that you would like for me to talk about or share, please let me know. I'm happy to discuss. So this is part 2 of herbal actions. Again, I am using my cards, my cards from when I was in herbal school. And so this is actually a really great exercise for me to just go back and reflect and to recall on so many of them that I remember, and also the ones that I can barely remember how to pronounce. But thank you again for tuning in, and make sure to watch part 3. Okay, I will talk to you later. Thank you again. Bye.